Hi, I'm Mark Harris, the Principal Dean of Waterloo Lutheran Seminary. The seminary is in the midst of a $9 million refurbishment to help equip us to better serve the students for this and coming generations. I have with me today Kenny Wright, who is the site manager. We thought we would provide you with a walk through our facility that is under construction. They are just about finishing up the demolition phase. Already you can see in the background they're starting to put in the foundations for the new addition. So please join us as we walk through, and we hope you'll learn a lot in the process. For those of you who are familiar with the seminary, we are standing in the basement. This is the elevator door, and previously the men's washroom was right in front of me here. We are looking out on the area that is going to be the new administrative wing. Kenny, can you tell us exactly what's going on here?
Right now, the concrete formers have poured a certain amount of the foundation footings, and we're starting to form the walls of the foundation, as well as the piers for the canopy that'll be the main entrance.
Well, this is going to be the main entrance, so after they put the foundation in, they need to fill up this whole area to bring it up to grade?
Yeah, it'll be backfilled up to a certain point, and then any plumbing and electrical will be added in under the floor that's required, and then we'll pour the floor, which will be the same level as this existing floor.
Okay, let's move on to the old Department of Philosophy. Kenny, when I went to seminary in the 1970s, this area on the first floor on the east side of the seminary building was actually a huge lounge that the students used. In more recent years, it was turned into the Department of Philosophy, and there were a group of offices down here, which you folks have now cleaned out. Can you tell us what this area is going to be in the new facility?
Yes, as you said, we've cleaned it out right back to the walls and the floor and the concrete ceiling. What will be going in the better part of this is the new mechanical room and electrical room, as well as some offices out front, your office, and washrooms and storage.
Okay, let's head up to the second floor and see what's happening up there. Standing in the area on the second floor, which was originally the women's washroom. In fact, just in front of me is a big window that used to raise the temperature in this washroom to significant degrees. Down here we have the what was the former classroom wing, class 201 A and B, and 202, and then some faculty offices up here in the corner. Can you tell us what they're finishing up here and what's going on?
They're just completing the demolition removals. As far as little partition walls, the entrance to the stairwell, a little bit of drywall here.
And it looks like they're also putting in some of the ductworks and HVAC systems already.
Yeah, the mechanical company has started to install some of the HVAC equipment and ductwork. The DRF units are hanging already.
That's what both each of the offices and each of the classrooms will have individual
that's correct,
temperature
yes.
controls.
And you'll have a full HVAC air system, which you didn't have before.
Right. Now, looking down into this wing, this used to be all faculty offices straight ahead of us here, and the lounge at the far end, just in front of the window. Just to the right of that was where the committee room was, and just in front of the committee room, you see some railings where the stairwell used to be. Again, can you tell us what's going on in this section?
Yeah, the existing stairwell was removed in that location. It will be filled in to create more space up above here. There is a new stairwell being cut into and added into at the end where the lounge used to be. Roof in its entirety on all roofs are being replaced.
Okay, let's go downstairs to the first floor and see what progress is being made there. We're on classrooms 101 and 102 here, and then up in this corner that is actually a storage area right now, this is going to be the new multi-faith room. That's going to be refurbished and having some special washrooms, storage access, and foot washing access for members of our Muslim students and community. Kenny, you mentioned that all the glazing is going to be replaced here, and there are some special plans for the hallways here, both by the chapel on this classroom wing and over in the main lobby area. Could you tell us about what the plans are for that glazing?
Yes, like you say, it's going to be all new, and I believe there's going to be some sliding doors and windows.
Also, they'll be able to access the courtyard space directly off the hallways.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay, so we're in the area here that used to be the old administrative offices, the main front lobby, and at the far end in the dust down there is where the principal dean's office was. As you can see, the entire area has been opened up. The former main stairwell has been taken out. When this is refurbished, a large part of this area will remain an open gathering space for the seminary and student community. At the far end, there will be new washroom facilities, the new stairwell coming down from the second floor, as well as a small server room. The front entry here looks quite different than it used to. We used to have an airlock in there, and that's been taken out. And you can also see that area will be part of the lobby now. And as Kenny mentioned previously, there will be sliding doors off of here out to the refurbished space in the courtyard. Let's walk up to the chapel and see what that looks like. Kenny, we're now in the chapel, which is largely unrecognizable. Can you tell us about all this scaffolding?
We have erected this pre-engineered scaffolding, a full deck across, mainly to work at the ceiling work. The asbestos in the ceiling had to be removed, and the reason for the scaffold is because the floor is the type that we cannot have a heavy lift on. So we have protected the floor with insulation and plywood.
Kenny, in the back you have this enormous orange tarp that's covering the organ. You folks went to some fairly extensive work to protect that. Can you tell us exactly what you did to protect that instrument?
That's correct. We firstly talked to the music director for Wilfrid Laurier because we didn't want to do too much or too little, and he did advise us, because at first I was going to put a dehumidifier in there, thinking that would be a good reason to get the moisture out. But apparently, drawing too much moisture out isn't a good thing. So it was a good thing to get in touch with them. So we've wrapped it with poly, and then the scaffold company that built this scaffold built an independent scaffold around it and over it, and then covered that with plywood as well. Before the roof gets demolished and redone, we will be adding a weatherproof top to it, just in case something leaks through in the meantime.
Okay, so it's not just a weather tight, it's a dust tight enclosure to really protect that instrument. And I know that the Faculty of Music was quite pleased with the lengths to which you went to protect that. Now there are some things on the floor back here. Let's take a look at them and see what they are.
They are the stained glass inserts that were in the side vestibule here to the chapel.
Once the remainder of the glazing is being replaced in the whole facility, one of the windows is going to be reinstalled as an end window in the baptistry, and the other one is going to be installed at the main entrance down on the Brooker Street side of the building.
Quite beautiful artworks that outsiders enjoyed looking at them before removal.
I believe these windows were out of the original Willison Hall, the chapel in Willison Hall,
Oh, wow.
which was the original seminary building and that was located just out here in the green space, right outside our front doors. Well, let's walk out into the courtyard. Okay, Kenny, we're now out in the courtyard that is also going to be part of the redevelopment. Can you tell us what's going to happen out here?
Yes, the trees you see are staying except for the Chinese maple that's being relocated somewhere. But before we do the finishes, we will be digging a big trench for mechanical to go from the new mechanical room to service over into the chapel area in that direction. After that, there will be some redesigning of the sidewalks and a deck for everybody to lounge on.
Yes, my understanding is that the decking will be at grade around starting from over there the whole way across the front there and down the side, so that for those sliding glass doors, people can exit directly out onto the decking during the warm weather, and that there will be a dry riverbed that sort of runs down here in the center towards the drainage basin, as well as lots of room for planting. Thank you very much for joining us for this walkthrough looking at the renovations that are taking place here at Waterloo Lutheran Seminary. If you'd like more information, or if you'd like to follow along our progress, just dial into formedcapitalcampaign.ca. Kenny, thank you very much for joining us, and it's great working with you.
You're welcome.